All right, we're back. Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm starting the stream over. We got a mess. And of course, you can see by my title, um, I'm goofing around with StreamYards because I've obviously got rid of the camera delay. I'm going to be bringing in Kai Friedrichsen. Just give me a second. Hold on, just give me 1 second. I think we've got this thing figured out. Let's go. Let's email this right here. We're going to send this out one more time. And there we go. Let's go there. Let's go that. Let's go that, Kai. We'll figure out this other stuff in just a minute. I can share my screen in just two shakes. There we go. So just bear with me. Last week the stream was just so glitchy, and I don't want that. We can't have. We're going to be talking about a lot of really. Hey, thank you. We're going to be talking about a lot of really kind of pretty interesting things that we want it to be right. So, and we're getting there. There we go. There we're getting. Sorry, guys. Like I say, I apologize. I'm just all right. So hopefully we'll get Kai in here in a minute. Kai and I have been kind of teaming up. There we go. Lone Star UAV. And you can hear me, I'm guessing. There we go. There we go. Josue, how you doing? Let's add Kai in, assuming we get his picture here. We're almost there, guys. There we go. Kai, can I hear you yet?
Can you hear me yet?
Yes, I hear you perfect.
Oh, good.
Yes. But hey, best of all worlds is everything is working now. All I did was shut down OBS, and I'm gonna fix that problem another time. But my biggest problem with OBS right now is my computer is just grinding with it. I need a bigger, better computer to run that. But it can run anything can run StreamYards. I mean, you could run StreamYards with a Chromebook.
Right now I'm looking at the stream on a tablet here, and it's all jerky.
It'll come. Give it a second. Give it a second. It'll settle in. Hopefully. You got to turn off. I got all those other attempts at getting the stream running that we got to get rid of. So, I did 2 false starts. So, and that's never good. But we're getting a group in here though. So everything's speeding up. And I see I can still share my screen here. Let's see, share screen. Let's see here. Let's see. Easy to, yeah, I got that. Yeah, share screen. There's my screen 2. All right, perfect. I got screen 2 working. Excellent. All right. And let's do an application window. Chrome tab. No, really. No, let's do application. Let's just do entire screen. No, let's just do application window. And we don't want that. We want to share the other screen. We're going to share the other screen. Anyway, we'll get there. All right. I just want to be able to bring in whatever I need to bring in on the other side. So, all right, let's just let this settle in and then see where we're at, because I don't see anything over there yet. So this is actually, this computer over here is just running on the TV, and I'm just going to refresh this and just do a quick check on the. There we go. That's the hit. At least we got the right caption now. I just had to change it. Holy crap! Oh boy. Let's see here. I don't like StreamYard yet because it's too elementary. But all right, you can see a little bit jerky there. We'll have to put up with that for now. All right, I'm gonna like my own stream right there. I just gave myself a thumbs up. All right, that looks good though. That's all right. Okay, all right. Look at that. You can almost see the bald spot on the back of my head right there. Right there. There's a delay.
Time to get up the ball cap.
I don't think I'm going to wear a ball cap today. I think I'm going to go ball capless. I think I'm going to let everybody see my hair. I had somebody comment the other day. They went, "Hey, Dad Random, it's the first time I've ever seen you without a hat on." So I thought that was kind of, there we go. Get that straightened out there. Like that. Get a little bit of that on the side there, a little bit of the hair. Right. All right. So how you doing? How you doing, Kai? We had a go ahead and let some energy out.
Let some energy out.
Waiting for me to get started.
Since I'm so energetic, right?
Drone Worship, he's on. Every time I go to StreamYards, he's like, "It's about time you go to StreamYards." I freaking hate StreamYards. Oh man, because it controls everything, and obviously it's throttling. Is that your phone?
Yeah, hold on. We'll fix that.
I have when I do my streams downstairs, when I'm down in the no-fly zone, I get like calls coming through. So every time I flick the screen to try to turn off or to get rid of the message, it sometimes will click the stream off. So that's why it'll click in and click out. All right. Okay. So I'm in a new world here right now. So I've never set this up, and it is pretty simple, but I just want to be able to, let's see, we can go there. What's that? Oh, nice. There we go. Share screen, see how his layout is. Yeah. Right. So anyways, I want to be able to, let's see, not jerky. All right, good. We just want to see what other people are saying. Hey, Chris Hope is in the house. How you doing? Eat More Possums in the house. Ben Thornton in the house. Hey, Ben. Love my drones. Eat More Possum. Ben Thornton. Love. Let's see. We got in there. Drone Worship, of course. Hey, let me read Drone Worship's comment. He's been freaking. Is he? Told you not to complete your show, to complicate your shows with lots and lots. See, he's always got to tell you. Dan, it's okay. I'll let you tell me stuff. I don't mind. I'm not insulted by it. Okay, so I'm not insulted by getting help. And believe me, we cut Kai out of there. Let's add him back in. There we go. All right. What's this? Guys, I'm just checking out buttons. Oh, we can make them small. Kai, we want to see more of you and less of that picture behind the screen. Just kind of tilt your camera down a little bit. Kai, I want you to stand up. That's good. I'm just kidding. He's working on. He's Kai. You just got what? You just got yourself a non-blue tripod.
Yeah, an energized tripod. The kind you can plug in.
The kind you can plug in and it actually sits nice. And I told Kai when he got that, I probably need one for outside. So I don't get the blue stream of weepy phone that wants to just disappear. All right. Share screen. Now I should be able to share let's see, share. Yeah, whatever. I just want to share my other here. I'm going to open up a window here. I'm just going to move this over to the other side. Hold on here. It says you should have a good computer before you do this. That's the one right there. We want to share that one. All right. Oh, there we go. Good. This is what I want us to be able to do. All right. We're good shape now. We're cooking with gas now. Just in case, guys, we have to be able to look at nothing just in case. Oh man. Or we can. Oh man, what I really want to do is show later on. I want to show a clip of something, but anyway, I'm not going to go there because right now it's grinding away. All right, let's get out of there. Now, I don't want to remove that. Let's see. I'm just doing a little bit experimenting. Oh, now Kai's gone. Now Kai's back. All right, that's too small. Now we're equal. There we go. All right. Okay. So I've never, StreamYard is easy. I mean, it's definitely user friendly. Maybe I am going down the wrong track, but can I can't bring in music right now. I can't go and bring in a music track. I don't like that. Banners. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he finally flipped his phone. There you go. Now we can see your broad shoulders. All right. So we wanted to kick off a stream today, talking about what everybody that's starting the FPV hobby, especially newbies, because you can go out there and we talked about this, Kai. We have long discussions about this stuff. And one of the things that we see is there's a lot of information, and you get people that are really knowledgeable, and those really super knowledgeable people are putting out tons of info, but what we need to do is we need to whittle it down to smaller chunks, so so people that are just starting this thing aren't intimidated, because it's not a hard hobby, and I think everybody makes it look like it's difficult. Don't you agree?
There's so much misinformation out there too. I mean,
Right.
it's not just the sheer volume of information. There's so much misinformation that goes with it, where people voice their opinions about things that are not necessarily true. They're more like personal preferences,
Right.
and that's really what's biting people on the butt.
And there's like I said, there's really good, and almost everybody's well intentioned. Everybody wants to bring you, their perspective on stuff. And there's so many choices now. I mean, you've got your old GPS quads. I mean, there's still great quads out there. Last night we were talking about, what it costs to still buy a Spark. And it makes no sense that people are just discarding their DJI Sparks, because it's actually one of the nicest drones ever made. I mean, it's super compact. It flies like a champ. And if you put the right props on it, it quiets it down. It doesn't scream at you all the time. I would say it's an octave lower with the right props, even with the Mavic Air, and even with the Mavic Air with the quiet props is even better. But the only thing and most people will say is, oh, it has the flight time's too short, and it's the camera basically is glitchy, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I started out with the Mavic Air, and I was looking at the Mini at the time, and I couldn't make myself get the Mini. I actually went ahead and got the Air, because there's just so much more camera. There's sensors, front, back, bottom sensors.
Yeah.
And the thing was, everybody's getting hung up on that 250 gram business.
Right.
And
we had some long discussions about that, didn't we?
And what does it really mean going over 250 gram? You got to pay $5 for 3 years.
Right. For us, it means nothing. If you're in the US, that the 250 gram thing is really a moot point. It's really nothing. It doesn't change the rules. It doesn't change your responsibilities. It changes really nothing, except for $5. and that's really kind of, but in other places around the world, that's not the case. And, now we're being teased once again. And actually, I don't know, did my thumbnail, does this allow you to cut your custom thumbnails out there? I don't even know. Did it post my thumbnail? But on that thumbnail, I brought up definitely the 3,000 pound elephant in the room, the Mavic, the Mini 2, this Mini 2 idea with the photograph that came out. And most of us, like me, I'd say most of us, a lot of us, I'd say the majority of us kind of brushed off that photograph to say that, well, looks like the back end of a Mavic Mini. So looks like they're going to come out with a Mavic Mini 2, but doesn't that photograph give you way hell of a lot more information than just that? Doesn't it? It gives you a ton of information if you really look at it.
Yeah. And, now that they're going to a smaller battery too, I mean, that tells you something right there. The only way they're going to a smaller battery if they make the drone smaller.
Yeah, and I didn't recognize right away when I looked at that. Most people don't really look at the battery specs. I mean, you do, and then you don't. But you brought that up. I'm like, really? The battery's actually smaller? Yeah, they're basically um, using a 2S battery, but they're making the battery smaller. But is the voltage the same? What was the mAh rating? Is it this? Is the not the
No,
voltage?
the voltage is actually going up. They're going to a
Right, that's
high
right.
voltage lipo.
Right. So high voltage lipo. They got rid of the safe battery, I call it. I don't know
The
why.
lithium ion, yeah.
Yeah, why would you go away from the lithium ion, especially, for me, I mean, personally, I look at the lithium ion as a safety net. I love it. I can charge up my batteries and just leave them forever. I don't have to mess with them. I don't have to worry about them just charging. I don't have to worry about them sitting in my car. And now they're going to do that. But obviously they have a reason to do that. I think they're looking at the positives and the negatives of what you gained by having the lithium ion battery versus the lipo. But
Yeah.
they gave away a lot of information with that rear picture for sure.
Well, I think here, Armando in the chat, he's got it right. The European regulations that are starting December 31st, January 1st, whatever the effective date is, they will push for changes and different models having to come on the market.
Yeah, Ben was saying it. He brought up the word energy density, and that's exactly right. I mean, and that's actually when Kai and I we're thinking about what we want to do on the stream. We really want to get into that. We want to get into this stuff here really quick. I want to click this out here. We want to get into this junk right here. This is the math of being an FPV pilot, of building. And I'll basically kick that out in just a second. But this is just I don't think I thought I gave you access to that. Let's see. But this is just some basic. I took a spreadsheet and then I tried to solve some simple problems, and I divided it into pieces. It's not perfect math. It's very simplified math. And let's see, what have I got? I got battery size calculator, average calculator, using C rating and amps to get total amps, drone lifting capacity specifications in grams, because I was trying to figure out how many amps I needed, but I have no prop information. So there's a lot of stuff in here that I didn't have taken into consideration. So I'm actually gonna, and I think I'm gonna have Kai look at this, and he'll probably totally beat it up. But I had different loadouts down here. I had 2 different drone loadouts I was working on, and I wanted to maximize my flight time. And if you look at the very bottom, I got 8 minutes of flight time out of loadout 1, and I got 13 minutes of flight time out of loadout 2. And of course, there's differences in weight. So that's a 1350, but there's only 100 grams between the two, but I got a lot more flight time. Obviously, there's a battery issue. One was a 5.2 mAh, and the other one's a 2.7 mAh battery. So anyway, I was balancing those ideas is what I was trying to do. And it's not a perfect document, but what I would like Kai and I to do is to create something, looking like that. And then say you want to build your own long range quad mini. I mean, right now, is it financially feasible?
Well, right now, everything you buy pre-assembled is actually cheaper than try to buy the pieces yourself and sit down and sort it together. And then most of them already come tuned for you, so you don't even have to mess with that.
Yeah,
you got a better starting out point than Betaflight defaults.
Right, and that's one of the things that we've been like discussing is is there even an advantage to building your own? I guess if you're building an analog machine or an analog model, but once you bring DJI into the picture, they set the cost, and that's what they want to do. They want to set the price. And you got to know that, first of all, the air unit is going to be around. It's here to stay, but the air unit is going to change. It's going to get better. It might even get lighter. and it probably is going to have, I'd say eventually, we'll go back to the mini discussion for sure, but I just want to get into like the nuts and bolts of what we want to talk about. Cause when we go back to the mini discussion, what's going to happen is you're going to understand a little bit more about how amazing that new Mini 2 could be, just from a technology standpoint, just by looking at some simple math, some simple, decisions that they're making, because DJI is always one step ahead of everybody. They're ahead of us. They're ahead of they study the FPV market and they go, how are we going to dominate it? How are we going to crush it? Right, Kai?
That we're gonna see image stabilization. I would even suspect it's gonna come up for the air unit at one point.
Yeah, let's see, Ben. Let's say need to add those terms to the spreadsheet. We're yeah, we do. We're Ben.
The terms weren't created yet when the spreadsheet was created.
Yeah, I created this, guys. When I created this spreadsheet, it was 4 years ago. I was just learning, and I didn't understand certain things, but I do understand how to make spreadsheets. So what I thought I'd do is take this math. I'll give credit to the mathematician. I think I tried to remember the one he was from Eastern Europe. I know that. I don't know if he's from, I have no if he was a Russian, or I don't know if he was, Ukrainian, who knows, but he probably wasn't either of those things, I was assuming, but I think he was Russian, but he was, trying to simplify, like if you buy motors and you're going to build a quad, okay, he was saying you need to look at the spec sheet, and he brought out the spec sheet and showed exactly what all the numbers meant and how to do some basic math to determine whether you need a certain C-type battery. And then he gave you a range of C. Right now, we're just assuming that the manufacturers are going to always give us the best range, which a lot of times they are, but
yeah, but they're also fudging the numbers when it comes to C ratings.
Right, I agree. And to really understand what the C rating does to your flight time, what it does. Right now, I think all my calculations, I actually put in a 100C battery into my amp calculation. Obviously, it's simple math. I mean, it's C rating times amps equals total amps, and then you take your total amps. I was figuring my total amps backwards to figure out the C rating of the battery, so I could go backwards and forwards. But you want to create this so when you get your quad, plan in your head, you go, I want a long range, or I want a freestyle quad. What are the things I need to think about? What kinds of what kinds of motor decisions do I have to make? Because we're always looking for the cheapest. Sometimes we're looking for, we think that high RPM is always better than low RPM. You get all those questions, I need a beer.
But I mean, you can get lost in details on that too.
Right.
I mean, we've got no rule of thumb, sort of, what size motor for what size prop. Like the 4-inch right now, the best size seems to be the 1404s.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. No, I was just looking at the chat. Ben was talking about prop angle. I did not take into consideration it's his angle of incidence, because your prop angle is going to also create a drag and a load on your motor. And, one prop is going to give you one, and almost all FPV pilots will tell you that. They'll say they like a certain prop because they believe that it gives them the perfect amount of drag. It gives them the perfect amount of lift. You don't get, and then you got to deal with the issue of, prop wash, and so what we want to do is simplify this whole discussion. So, right now it sounds like, holy crap, I don't want to do FPV. And what I want to do in the next couple of weeks is make it so I want to do FPV, because it actually frees me from having to go and buy a $1,000 or $1,500 quad. And then of course I'm just, what I really want to do is I want to fly I want to fly acrobatically, or I want to fly over, trees and mountains. To me, is the flying I really want to do. But the DJI products right now that are out are the really good quads. They don't let you do that. They got sensors.
There's some really nice long distance cruises coming on the market right now.
Yeah, and it's the freedom you get with the controller without sensors. It's so cool. And then of course you can decide what kind of camera you want on it. You don't have to have a specific camera made by a specific company. You can build the quad around the camera you want to lift and fly around with. And that, think about that, how cool that would be if you have this certain camera you like and somebody gives you the basic plan. You're like, well, crap, I could just build or I could take a quad that I know information about. So you could use this information to go buy yourself the right quad that has the right information. So you put the spreadsheet together and you go, this is my wish list, and it'll tell you if it's possible, and then you might save yourself a crap load of money right there trying to, figure out PID settings and all these other things that you can't take into consideration,
Well, and the thing is, like GoPro's cameras, they're getting heavy now.
Right. And
you can't just strap those things onto everything anymore.
You remember my idea, the naked, what was it?
The naked Osmo Pocket.
The naked Osmo Pocket. Come on, guys. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to strip down an Osmo Pocket and make it.
And first time they crash, it's done.
Hey, Osmo Pockets are $300 too. So is it's more expensive than a goat mail. Not necessarily. You can get them pretty cheap, but you don't need to have the gimbal. All you need is the lens. You need the ribbon cable, and you need the tiny electronics in the Osmo. Think how small the electronics. Take the battery out and think about how much that thing weighs. I don't know. I have to hold it. Where's my Osmo? I don't even know where it's at. But you could literally just, by taking the battery out of that thing can't weigh that much. And then the case is probably, you think about the case weight, but that's a great camera on that thing. How about taking a mini camera out and putting it on an FPV quad?
I'm actually putting a gimbal on top of the wing where I can move a camera around.
Well, we could strip down too bad Mavic minis weren't cheaper. You strip down I've seen people put Mavic minis on top of stuff because they weigh nothing. And it's already got a battery in it and everything. But, if you took the battery out of the Mavic Mini, it weighs freaking nothing. And then you just take the arms off because you don't need those motors. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a camera with a gimbal, with an SD card slot. And it's somewhat aerodynamic. You know what I'm saying? Ben, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ben dropped me a super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But didn't that, hey, Ivan's here. Ivan,
yeah,
hey,
Ivan, we're not wanting to take the Mini apart. We're wanting to take Osmo Pocket apart.
Well, I don't know. Right now we'll take anything apart. All they've done is taken apart the GoPro. I mean, obviously it's a great camera, but there's some pretty good cameras out there with electronics in them. Find a camera without the Wi-Fi in it. That could save weight. I mean, I probably have 3 cameras on my shelf over there that are like $30, and 2 of them are 4K. And you can't tell me that those cameras, and they're pretty good. The video is not bad, but the thing weighs nothing, But
one of them wouldn't happen to be a GoPro 4, would it?
No, I don't have a GoPro 4. I've got a DB Power that I used for actually a webcam. That's got it uses the small cheap camera, Chinese camera batteries. They're really cheap. You can get 100 batteries for like no money. Actually, the Moment C, the 5C that I gave away, that has image stabilization. That's like a $50 camera. And that thing weighs nothing. It's got a really simple image stabilizer in it. The problem is the shape. And we looked at that, the shape of those cameras. Let's see. Ivan says, as long as the Mini lives to fly again, he doesn't care if we tear it apart. Oh, hold on. Hey, hold on.
Well, there's a howdy, Bob.
Is that let's see. Bob Casey's in the house. Bob, guys. Okay, I just want to let you know, Moses Crawford, how you doing? It says, what is the best low cost action camera? Do you recommend under $80? That's a good question.
Be a used Runcam 5 orange.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. The Runcam 5 it's got image stabilizing in it. It's 4K. It's how big and how much does it weigh? How many grams you know how many grams the thing is?
It's 56 grams for the Runcam 5 orange.
56.
And if you want to go to the Runcam 2 4K, it actually comes with a little harness where you can wire it to the battery on the quad for a power supply, and then it brings the weight down to like 26 grams.
So we're basically down to the GoPro, the naked GoPro weight, when you get down there. And, okay, guys, what's coming. You know that DJI is going to come out with a solution for all these camera issues. They do want to sell cameras. And you were bringing up, Kai, the other day, you were bringing up the fact that, the Osmo Action is such a good camera, and they already know how to image stabilize like a champ. So they're going to figure it out. They're going to take that image stabilizing software. They're going to stick it in a small camera form, and they're going to make, something.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if this Mini 2 would not have a gimbal on it and go straight to image stabilization of some type.
Now, this is where we get hot and heavy here as far as the discussion is concerned, because I was told by somebody that thinks they know a lot about cameras, and I'm not going to pick on anybody. By the way, strike first, strike hard, guys, right there. Cobra Kai. All right. You guys know that I'm now a member. All right. So you don't know Cobra Kai, you got to get on Netflix. Anyway.
They don't need to know Cobra Kai. All I need to know is Kai. I'm right here. Okay.
That's like Cobra Kai. I'm sitting with Cobra Kai. Oh, he's like over there, that side. There we go. Or there we go. I got to get used to pointing at him the wrong way. I got to flip the two screens around so I can point at him the right. Anyway, but the discussion is whether you can make a stabilized image as good as a gimbal image. And I think they've already proved that, and they've proved it several times. GoPro 7, GoPro 8, GoPro 9, DJI Action, and you go on and on and on. And of course, all the big camera companies have been doing it for a long time. I mean, they've been putting image stabilizations inside of DSLRs. And what I was told by a very, very, very knowledgeable person that believes they're the end all to end all, the camera technology, and thinks that the Earth is also going to stay flat. Is it flat or is it round? But they're saying that this is not possible. And the answer
for the top end drones, I can see them holding on to the gimbal.
Absolutely. But
for the lower end, I mean, a lot of these toy grade drones that are out right now, they already come with image stabilization. Holystone 720 just released a new update or a new model of the 720, the 720E. It has EIS on it. What's the other one? The Beast, the SG906 Pro. That comes with a electronic image stabilization on it now. There's a whole slew of them that are coming out now that have electronic image stabilization on them.
Yeah, and it just makes sense. And with drones, you have to have. Now, the other thing there's actually some good chat going on right now. Ben was talking about, he's saying, can we sell a GoPro? Can we get GoPro to sell a naked version cheaper? And probably the answer is probably no, because they're reaching such a small market. They're probably not going to do that. They know that if they sell to sell the entire GoPro, first of all, I don't even agree with my own statement I'm making, because quite honestly, if I was GoPro and I could take my same camera that I'm already selling you for $500 and I can take it and I can strip it down, make it cheaper for me to build, and then give it to you in a simplified form. Obviously, I can't give you the same quality. Otherwise, you won't buy the $500 camera. You understand what I'm saying? Is there's no incentive for them to do that. They can't undercut their own product just by making it lighter, because they have to sell it for the same amount that they're going to make the heavier version. So I guess they could. But the other thing was, I think Ivan was brought up he was bringing up the fact that the Mini does have a problem at high speeds. You reach the extent of the angle that the gimbal can basically correct. And with image stabilization, I think you can get away with more. Obviously, you're going to have to crop it down more, but make the picture bigger, crop it down more. With 4K, you can get away with
the Mini is already cropped down, because the sensor,
right.
We know the sensor in the Mini is capable of a 4K resolution.
Yeah, and that's it, and that's kind of the dilemma right there. And you're in like I said, even with with just straight. Now the best of the both worlds is to do them both. You have some mechanical, and you have some. Maybe they'll bring it in. Maybe they'll take it. Maybe they'll take it the next step and put the camera in a ball, like a ball turret. Got it? You following me here? Camera's in a ball turret. Okay, it only has to move this much, and then you image stabilize it. So now you're getting both. Plus the camera is now inside of the craft. It's totally protected inside of the frame. So now you got a ball turret that's doing slight corrections. And you now can now move that image cropping. But I've seen versions of the Mavic Pro, in the diagrams, that looks like the gimbal's gone. And that's why I'm thinking they're doing something to possibly move mechanically. Yeah. But for sure,
that mechanical gimbal they've got right now is creating a lot of issues for novice users, because it is so sensitive.
Right.
So for them to go to something like the ball turret or some sort of dampened mount with electronic stabilization would only make sense.
The only thing that, like you said, you need the dampening, and that's another thing that the gimbal does, is it creates that dampening, and that's really the only problem you got. But obviously, if you tune the quad better, that's where we're getting back into quad tuning, and we're getting into Moses. Armando basically, the sensor of the Mini can already do 4K if the transfer speed. Obviously the transfer speed is low because they're trying to save power. I mean, they're trying to they're slowing things down for energy consumption issues. Same thing with the battery, and that's what they're doing now. They're with the new version, based upon the evidence that we're seeing from the back of the craft, they're putting a smaller battery in, thus lighter, more voltage, more power, maybe, and I think that one of the big problems, hey, PD's in the house, getting to finish that statement, is that one of my big arguments with the Mavic Mini is it cannot fight the wind. And this Mavic Mini, get in 8 or 10 at 10 mile an hour winds, you're screwed. You're gone. Your Mini is flying away. You better land it and go find it at that point. But guys, with an FPV quad that's 2 inches, you can fly to the top of a freaking mountain, and you can fly back in winds, and there ain't nothing that wind's going to do when I'm hammering that freaking throttle forward. Guys, I was going at least 50 miles an hour coming down that mountain. There's very few wind that's going to stop my 50-mile-an-hour flight. I mean, I'm obviously going to slow down, but I'm going to make it back. But with a Mavic Mini, I do that same thing with that same flight distance and that same, say that same terrain following. If I could do that, I couldn't do it. That's why I love FPV. I got total control of all those factors. And with a GPS quad, you don't. PD, hey guys, did anybody notice the PD's awesome, freaking awesome icon that he put on now? I gave him just a little bit of crap, and now he's got the coolest one. Look at that.
Yeah, one of these days I'll get around to doing that myself.
What? Wait a second.
More importantly, Moses here is asking, do you think we'll be getting the Mavic Mini this year? And given the time frame it took from the FCC leak to the Air 2 hitting the market, I would say yes.
Yeah, and then you got the issue of money. I'll tell you what'll speed it up is if the government gives another stimulus check. that freaking Mavic Mini will be out next week.
They'll if they got it ready, they'll get it out now to get it into the holiday shopping season.
Right, and that's the other thing is that of course, as from the United States point of view, we always think everything revolves around us, and that's just not the truth. And Kai brought up yesterday in our discussion we had, and he could basically probably explain it, but the market is bigger and it's more complex than just the American market. Kai?
Yeah, Europe has some serious regulations coming up. Oh, there he goes. Dad has left the building. All right, what am I giving away of Dad's stuff right now? Anyhow, no, the Mini 2, whatever it's going to be called, it's going to hit the market probably within the next 3 weeks, which would kind of set them up for the holiday season. And Europe has some real steep regulations kicking in 1st of January, so there's the second whammy to get on the market with something like now. Also, there's going to be a cutoff in the European market at 900 grams, which would put the Mavic 2, Zoom, and Pro both over that weight. So DJI is going, here we go.
Moses, like pricing definitely is going to be interesting. I'm with you on that. I think DJI has figured a way to definitely cut costs. They can totally control prices. They also can control shipping. And that just makes them have that. Now they can't control whoever's in the White House in the United States. But like I said, once again, that's a moot point when it comes to the larger market. You've got Australia, you got UK. You already brought up, Central and Eastern Europe. Western Europe is flying, doesn't have a consumer market anymore because freaking the French decided to just bag it. That was the biggest mistake ever. I think obviously they're making money with military contracts, and there is a huge market, but there's a lot of competition there. You're not always going to get the $1 billion contract, and then you're going to basically ignore, I don't know how many 50 million UAV flyers, and then it totally forget about the fact that I would say FPV. I don't have statistics on this, but the hobbyist market, because the FPV is a hobbyist, and that's another reason why I'm getting away from GPS, because I want to go back to being a hobbyist. The GPS quad is not a hobbyist toy anymore. It's an elitist toy to freaking do construction with, or a photographic toy that you got to have a ridiculous amount of red tape to fly. And I'm going to stick around with the AMA people. I'm going to, if you stay under the radar with the AMA, man, they'll freaking, you're going to have freedom.
So we have Armando here saying the actual Mini is going to be in the class C1. What is the cutoff weight now between the class C0 and C1?
Sideburn said 599. Ooh, that they're always 599.
I don't think I'm thinking that. I don't think they're going to
Mini
go up
2?
much in price for the Mini 2.
249 gram classification. A revamped Mini 2 will be Class C0, maintaining the 249 gram classification. I'm ahead in the chat. Mavic Air 2 Class C1 MP2 is Class 2.
Okay, so Europe is on the 250 gram too, but Japan, they're on a 200 gram limitation. So the Mini in Japan sells with a smaller battery to stay under that weight limit.
The United States is going to be on a 251 gram. They're just going to change it slightly just so we can have a higher number.
Well, they dropped the battery size for the Mini 2. Well, what we're assuming is going to be the Mini 2 anyway. Whatever's coming, it's going to have a smaller battery.
Right.
And I don't foresee DJI cutting back on flight time. So the only way they're going to stay with the same flight time with a smaller battery is by making the drone smaller.
I saved a picture of that release picture. I'm going to see if I can find a copy of that picture and put it up really quick, because that's where that's where the information basically lies. It's right there in the FCC filing and everybody's sharing around. But the one thing you can't see in the picture is scale. So once everybody looks at the picture there, we go, it's the same size. We assume that it's the same size, but quite honestly, it's not. I mean, they're going to gain when it comes to weight reduction, because say the 200 gram market, like you were saying, I think, didn't you say, Kai, that you were guessing it was going to be 199? Is that what your guess was?
I would think that this new whatever it is going to be under 200 grams.
Right. No, at 199,
and that's not just to accommodate the U.S. market, but the European markets,
the Japanese market,
the Asian markets.
Market. That just makes sense.
Going to, and that will allow them to go to a smaller battery.
And that's a kind of a unique thought. The changing the battery, and then
how else are you gonna save weight? So get rid of the gimbal,
right?
That'll save you some weight there.
They've already used
be a hair
plastic,
smaller,
right? I'm just thinking it's so light as it is. I was thinking the props, but that's not saving weight, because the props they already saved weight there. The motors are as light as you could possibly make them. I mean, you can't make the motors smaller.
Well, they can get tricky with the windings and the material, wire thickness in the windings. There's some amount of magnets around the bell.
Right. I can see you putting a little bit too much juice. You're flying your Mavic Mini, and you just overclock the motor just a little bit, and it freaking goes whoof. All four motors just explode in the air, and you got a fire. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, that'll be just one puff of the magic smoke.
Trapper John is in the house. How you doing, Trapper John? How you doing? It's nice to have you in. Now Sideburn has been here. He brought up this needs obstacle avoidance and follow me for the noobs. I never used obstacle avoidance. It never saved me one time. I can't think of one thing that obstacle avoidance would have done for me.
I think you need obstacle avoidance on the one you have now, because you're running a lot of shit right now.
I haven't hit a solid pipe yet. I've hit the ground, but like a bunch of times.
I was in a pole barn.
Holy crap! You guys, you gotta understand. the Rocket, the Rocket Plus is the most durable little freaking dude. Do I have it up here? Here, let me show you something really quick. Oh man. Guys, I know this is my only FPV quad, but guys, the Crocodile is on its way, baby. Now, not the mini croc. Brent Newman actually bought the mini croc, so he's going to tell us all it's about. I think Kai is going to get the mini croc, right?
No, we don't have a. You have the mini croc, you have the croc, and you have the crocodile and the baby crocodile.
Okay, we got the mini.
The crocodiles are the Gap RCs. The crocs are the flywheels.
Yeah, we got the crocodile and then the croc. Holy crap!
That's all just a croc.
And then you got the Franken quad. Look at that! I got. Holy crap! I'm even. I'll even show you this one. Check that out. I'm even going to fly it this weekend. It's missing a screw. I don't care.
We always knew you were missing a screw.
I'm one screw shy of a full flight. Oh man, this thing is so much fun, guys. I am having a blast with it. And I do have here. Let me show you real quick. These are the things I've fixed. Here's my new goggle battery now. Okay, I'm not messing around. I've already run out of power with my goggles. This is a freaking big. I'm just going to call it a big ass battery. It's not. It's a 3S, but it's a big 3S. I think it's a. I don't know if it's a 2200. So this thing will freaking power up my goggles for days. So I switched that out. I'll use the long cord. So I'll use that instead of this little thing right here. You got this. Oops, crap. This little battery right here, which works really good. This gives me about 4 flights. This one right here. I could probably power up this battery with this battery. I could literally, could you connect them up, and freaking, I could, but this is a 2S and this is a 3S. So, but this was actually a battery I shoved in my X16. It actually is a little bit too big for the hole, and I shoved it in there. You could tell I've been jamming it in there. But
all you need is the 3S. I mean,
right.
The goggles, DJI goggles, are pretty forgiving as far as batteries are concerned. Now, 2S, 3S, 4S. Now, don't put anything bigger than the 4S on it.
Hey, Kai,
that will not end well.
Kai, I did buy the 1100. It's coming from Pyrodrone, so I did get that. 1100's coming. I'm testing out an 1100, a 3S 1100. Now, this is the experiment we're working on, guys. This is why you need us. Okay. Oops, here. I'm just going to turn that a little bit. All right. You need us because of this, because you'll buy all these freaking batteries instead of just getting information, being smart about it, and then making an informed decision. We're not making we're kind of making, and my informed decision is basically Kai telling me to buy stuff. But this is the 850. These are good. I'm flying really well with them. And I just want you to see how they stack up on the Gep RC rocket, so this is actually a really nice, very closely fitting. It's perfect, really, size-wise. Okay, if you look at it right there, that's what she said, right? Okay, so we got that. We got the size. So this is an 850. I'm getting about 4.5 minutes with this. Okay, that's probably all I'm going to get.
Well, eat more possum. That's why you buy a Cine was the full frame around it. Then you can run into stuff and don't have to solder new motors on it.
You didn't have to. This is my new batteries that I got. These are 700s. This, I believe, is the perfect battery for this. I do believe that this is the perfect battery. This is a 700 4S. And it's let's see, maximum. Let's see, C rating on this one. I can't remember. What did you remembered what it was, right?
75.
75, yeah. So max 75. It has plenty of punch because it's lighter. Now, since this battery is lighter than this big dog right here, a little bit lighter, I'm getting more punch with the 75. I don't need this. Is this a 70? This one is a 70C and a 75. So I've got lighter weight and I'm getting a little more punch, actually a 0.5 more. So this is giving me better performance. I'm flying around and having a hell of a good time with this one. This is a great, and of course, I'm not flying the rocket the way it's supposed to be flown. This thing is it's a low cruiser, but it's still fun. Guys, this thing's been this has been almost 700 feet up. And skim the side of a mountain. You saw that. That's freaking impressive for this little puppy. It took me a minute to get up 700 feet to the top of a cliff and then dive the sucker down. I probably could have done it twice. I think Drone Worship was telling me that I went up too fast. I probably should have taken my time, but time is volts, man. So I don't know, man. It's either
actually after you came down that cliff, you should have dove in under that truck
under the
that
truck.
was sitting there.
I know everybody's telling me that I should have dove the truck, but 700. People were telling me 650s at 100C. Once again, you're getting into that same discussion. A little more pop versus more, 70C is not good.
The 100C is not giving you the higher C is not giving you necessarily more pop.
Okay, explain.
Okay, that the C rating is a maximum discharge, the maximum of amperage you can pull out of your battery.
Right.
Okay, and you have your rocket has a 20 amp ESC on it.
Right.
Even at full blast, I mean, you have a 700 milliamp battery that's 0.7 amps times 75. You're not getting anywhere close to that amperage draw.
Oops, I didn't mean to knock you out of here. I meant to knock me out of here. I was going to show you something here. Hold on here. Let's get me out of here.
Yes, you didn't want to hear what I had to say.
No, I'm listening to I'm not. No, Kai. No, I'm trying to. What I wanted to do was flash this here. Let me take us both out of here. It was flash this puppy. This is basically what he's trying to explain, and that's why guys, we need to have better information. We need to have simpler information that both of us or all of us can understand, because we don't have. Most of us, we can enjoy this hobby, and we don't have to have a lot of technical knowledge. You have to want to learn for sure, but it's not rocket science. It literally is not. Well, it is. It's what is it? It's actually physics, but but I'm not I'm not the brightest. All right. I'm a history teacher. I'm not a physics teacher, but if with a little information, we can make better choices of what this thing can do. Plus, when we think about what we want, maybe you don't want to fly this way. Maybe, like I said, when I bought this, you know me, I'm kind of crazy, right? I do like to skim the ground, but guys, I like to flip around a little bit. This one here is not for flipping around. This is a skimmer. This is a freaking low-level skimmer. If I want to flip, I need to change to an acrobatic quad. I need to go with a 5-inch acro, right? Even down to a 3-inch acro, and you got to remove the prop guards, okay? You have to, and then of course the props are different. These are 4, right? But that's another issue is, what kind of a pilot do you want to be? And then of course start making your decision.
What style of flying are you going to do? And, buy the equipment accordingly. But right. I'm just seeing Ben here in the chat saying he got himself the GEP RC Mark IV HD.
Oh, wow. Nice. Hey, I'm
Ben, all sorts of curious about that one, because I'm hearing some split opinions about that one.
Now he got the HD. Is it the one? Now that has the does that have the Vista unit in it?
That should have the full air unit.
Oh, the full air unit. Okay. That's the one. That's the one with the full air unit without the GPS, right?
That's the full air unit, but no GPS. But he's got the Vista in it.
So he's got the one.
Adding the GPS to it is not that terribly complicated. Matter of fact, GEP RC sells 3D printed part that fits onto the Mark IV to fit a 220 GPS on it.
Right. And you were saying
he's bought the HD GPS then. Ben, is that the blue one that you bought?
Yeah, that's it looks nice. I like how it looks. That's just a kick butt looking quad, man. It's nice.
Yeah, he bought the blue one.
Okay. Yeah, that's
so the blue one is the HD GPS that already has GPS on it.
I'm envious big time because that's nice looking. That's the first thing I noticed about it. It's like, that looks cool. You know, a lot of people look at it's got the right motors and, you know, it's got the right props and, you know, the body, you know, is it thin or thick, that kind of stuff. I'm just like, is it freaking cool looking? What colors is it? Is it the blue props with the friggin' with the, you know, it's sparkly. It's got this, you know, if it has the platinum motor mounts on it, you know, little oh, that'd be cool as crap. That's guys why when I bought the Rocket 6-inch, I was just like, crap, it's cool looking. We'll find out. We'll find out if it flies good.
I want to see that, Ben. I want to see your Gap RC with the 4S
right
lithium ion battery pack on it and see what it does for flight time.
Yeah, I do too. What does he see? I think Ben was saying back here, Gep RC Mark IV. He said something about the 4S packs that he's flying.
He's got a 6S. He's got 6S motors.
Okay. Oh, so he's got a 6. Okay. So what was he saying about and back in the chat, he was talking about I thought that was a 4S battery he was talking about. I might be wrong. 4S lithium ion. I'm using a 4S lithium ion 2300. And I don't know what he was used. That was with another conversation. Maybe my guess is a 4S. That's got to be a 2300. That's got to be a 7-inch. 2300. That's a big battery. Oh no! He's using that for his goggles. I bet. Yes, for my guy. Duh. That's the next. Ben, I'm sorry, I'm slow. He said that in the next line in the chat that he was powering his goggles with a 4S 2300, which is nice. It's you know, it's going to have a little more staying time than my 3S.
Yeah. Here you go. Eat More Possum's doing it right. Put a 3,000 milliamp lithium ion on a baby croc.
Right. He's doing
crocodile. You want to stay clear of posts with that one though.
Yeah. That's
going to take more than just the motor if you hit some hard.
He's doing what I actually had all that stuff in a cart. It's probably still in a cart right now, waiting for me to push pay. But I did. I put that together. I also was going to buy the camera for it too. I was going to purchase the $200 camera along with the whole pack because I was going to get the mount and everything. Because I figured if I'm going to get the baby croc and it's going to have the Vista on it, I want to get decent video, at least 5 minutes of good video skimming the mountains. And I thought, I don't want 5 minutes skimming the mountains. I want the whole flight to be skimming the mountains. What happens if I have a great part of the flight and the battery runs dead, or the flight or the camera on the GoPro or the Instago basically runs out because you only get 5 minutes, you know. So that was my dilemma with that. And I have two cameras. I've got this that this is let me see how heavy this puppy is. This is an Insta 1R. This is pretty heavy. But this is something cool that nobody talks about. Check this out. The battery pack comes off. Could we hardwire a power source, eliminate the battery pack, and fly like this? Interesting, huh? How about do this? Fly like this. This is the camera. This is the guts of the camera. Now I've got the camera forward. It's aerodynamic, guts of the camera, and I've got the screen. You know, all I need is a link. All I need is a wire to patch these two together right here. I just need a patch cable to patch those puppies together right there, and then a power lead. Bam! I don't have to do anything. I'll tell you what the weight is. This is not light, but it's not heavy either. So just think about that. Plus I could do this. This is what the company's already doing. I'll take off the 4K. And now I'm going to put this puppy on. This is the 360 mod. And this is actually lighter than the other mod. And this one, once again, I can mount this way and I can mount it aerodynamically once again. And I can get, the only thing I'm going to get is the stitch line straight forward. So how does the quad fly? It flies like this. Think about that. Think about it, guys. Think about it. I'm going to make this, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to connect power to this. And there I am. I'm flying. I get the back of the quad and I get the front angle. I get all of the three. I get 180 degrees in both angles flying this direction now. So right like that. And this is that little, the 361R, man. Nobody's done any of that stuff. Hey, don't be copying me.
No, that's where you need to get that ghost frame.
The ghost frame, yes. Yeah, I guess I could take the ghost frame and modify it. You get it to, because that frame's got to weigh a lot, but it has all the connections. It has all the connections for.
It already has a cradle in it that's specifically designed for that camera.
Right. And
it's got everything in a way to where the quad disappears.
Right. So you get the full on, hey, where am I? Where's the drone? Interesting. But there's a lot of ideas out there that haven't been tested. Plus there's a ton of different things that you can do with the current technology, analog and digital, with a lot of the frames that are out there, guys. There are hundreds of frame designs. And all those frame designs can be modified. Why can't you take a frame design that's already there and cut it down, shave it down, make it a lighter frame, or take parts from another frame that you like, take the cat legs off, put it on a thinner or a wider. I'm just saying, mix and match frames. Or you can have a buddy that can cut it for you.
Well, there are shops that will cut you whatever frame you want.
Right. It can send you, and that's it didn't they send the info? Then I think Dave C, didn't he do that?
Yeah.
JDS Flying Canuck.
There's a shop in Canada that cuts them up and makes them for you.
JDS is in the house, the Flying Canuck. We were just talking about Canada.
So we can go to that machine shop and they can cut whatever
maybe we should
want, and they're not that expensive.
Maybe we should design our own quad frame, Kai.
Because that one that Dave C designed, that shop was only charging like $28 for the frame, and then you add the deluxe kit that had all nuts and bolts and everything with it for another $5.
Well, the middle of the frame, you got 100 different versions of that. All we need to do is change the leg design. I'm just thinking. We got the 5. Take Ben's quad, and then I don't know how narrow on the 5-inch. Cut it down to a 4-inch. I don't know. We'll see.
I can design anything. I've got the software to do it.
I'll have to think about it. I'm sure a lot of people have thought about what would be the optimum frame design. I'm thinking that a battery hung low on a quad flying long range. So you put the battery underneath, like you do with a Cessna, you get more stable flight. The same thing for the long range flame, sling it down the bottom as opposed to the top.
Just do it like the Chimera does. One battery on top, one on the bottom. Just
put 2 batteries on there. Like it's kind of like scuba, right? You got your main tank and then you got your emergency tank. Your emergency power underneath.
Yeah, but my bailout tank was only like 13 cubic foot, so.
And then you basically get like
just enough to get out of trouble.
5 breaths to death, right?
No. It's not the emergency air. Yeah, I've seen plenty of people get in trouble with those things.
Yeah,
I got this extra tank.
Yeah, 5 breaths to death. Yeah, how you gonna do an emergency stop at 30 feet? Anyway, Isn't this a quad channel?
No,
That's what happens when
it's more the what we call the redneck rocket launch.
what
Inflate
happens.
your BC.
What happens is, as Old Smoky comes out, the concentration starts leaving. PD, see, modular drones, a bit like a camera you showed. So parts are interconnecting and plug and play. Yeah, I'm thinking the modular camera idea is the Insta360. Actually, the Insta360 1X, the skinny one, that thing can't weigh that much. I mean, that is flat. You're not going to mount it like this. It's, when you were saying this the other day, Kai, when you mount a naked GoPro on there, you're literally mounting something that's not aerodynamic anymore. You've basically taken something that's got somewhat aerodynamic ability, or shape to it, and you freaking put a bulldozer blade on the front.
put a flat panel on the front. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. There's another naked GoPro mount out there that is actually a bit better designed aerodynamically, where the main board is actually kept horizontal.
Yeah.
And then just the camera lens itself is up, obviously the lens has to be up and looking forward.
Ivan was saying that the battery is vital, it's, and he was bringing up the fact that, you mount it on the bottom, you're going to definitely land when a quad crashes, it crashes with the heaviest part down all the time. So if your quad is, if you're me and you're flying upright and the battery's on the top, no matter what the hell happens in a crash, when you flip or flop and you move sideways, the first thing that's going to come down is the battery. It's always going to be upside down almost every time. That's why they have turtle mode. So I guess what I'm saying is, where you mount it is really not protecting it much, because quite honestly, it's going to find the battery depending on how far it's going to crash, especially these quads with the light frames that have the, the prop guards. This thing is going down just like this. It'll go down in certain variances like that, but it will not crash this way. Your only reason why it's going to do that is if you're flying normal and you skim the ground and it spins out or something. But I'm excited, guys. I'm going to get 2 days of flying. I've been every day.
That's why I like the Beetle, because it has the battery underneath.
Yeah. It is going to protect it. And then, there's ideas that where you could put a cowling over it or things like that. But you're adding weight. 5:28, guys. It is 5:20. I'm used to having like music interludes and being able to move stuff around the screen. Guys, I'm feeling a little bit guys, I will get another computer. I do like StreamYards has got its. Usually what I do with StreamYards is I can still move my own set around here, but I usually take OBS, run it through StreamYards, and then use what's called virtual cam. And my virtual cam wasn't working. So I would run OBS on my computer, and then I could move stuff around just on my screen. So that's the way you want to run it, but this computer just can't, it just can't do it. So, all right. That's a good discussion. That's a good start to what we want to do. Obviously we want to have fun, but we want to create definitely some information. We're not know-it-alls. We're learning. You can tell a lot of the discussions that we're having are based on things that we're just figuring out. And there are a lot of people that are on our panel that I will bring in for sure. I mean, that's the beauty of this is I can put out a link. I just don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to have everybody, I don't want to be like every other channel. So I'm working on it. I don't want it to be, but there's a lot of crap that you guys got to offer that we want you guys to bring in. Like Ben, we could bring Ben in unless he's scared. We could bring him in and he could put up like a picture of something that he likes, maybe put up so, but we want to bring in, PD, of course. PD's got tons of experience. Ben was actually bringing up the fact that I think he does inspections. I think they do line inspections with the quads. And that's really where right now, where they're trying to bring the whole hobby, They're trying to make it all commercial, and then you got to. It's to me, it's just too much. Why can't you have levels of licensing? Literally, most people that fly recreationally are YouTubers. What do they need to fly safely compared to somebody that's flying around power lines that needs to get clearance to basically fly in the area that they're flying? It's different. So
that's where the European model goes. Was their
the Canadian model
regulations.
Too.
They've got different weight classes that can do different things.
I just don't think that I should be paying the same freight as somebody that basically flies commercial airplanes. Makes no sense. It just makes no sense. I understand that it's not a lot of effort. The requirements are not that hard. I mean, so it's that kind of thing. I just think it's once again, it's government, which is overkill. I've been working in government my entire life. I understand the fact, but
you work in government?
Well, yeah, I work in local government. I'm a teacher for life. I'm on the take.
I mean, government and work is always, two words that shouldn't be put in the same sentence.
Yes. See, you guys don't know that Kai has a really good sense of humor. See, I brought it out. None of you guys have ever seen that side of him. All right.
There's government and then there's work, but the two, they don't mix.
And you guys thought he couldn't tell a joke. All right. So he caught me on that one. We just got to get him a jar of pickles. See, with Germans, you just got to give him I don't know if a jar of pickles. We got to get him some sauerkraut that's been dipped in moonshine.
Who the hell eats sauerkraut?
Obviously, that's a stereotype, right? All right. We can't do that. Of course, that's being mean and insensitive. So I'm sorry.
No. Here's the thing with sauerkraut, okay? We actually grow the cabbage in the north, and that's where I'm from. Okay, we don't have to pickle that cabbage. We can eat it fresh. Okay, it's all the guys down in the south where they can't keep it. They have to pickle it so it don't go bad on them.
Freaking Bavarians, right?
Yeah, well, Bavarians are basically the rejects out of Austria and Switzerland that are tolerated in Germany.
If there's anybody,
that's why they have their own free state of Bavaria.
That's Austrians too. Of course, Austrians would be part of that group. Would the Swiss be part of the group? Swiss
and Austrians, all those mountain.
There's a healthy. You could tell that there's a healthy, a little bit of competition between those groups. Let's see. Let's finish that. We got to finish it up here. It says in February I'll be taking my second reoccurrent 107. $450 on tests, but we got to understand, have you gotten that in return? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying is if you're an FPV pilot, for example, we're basically hobbyists. We're not flying commercial aircraft. And even if we are, making pennies for live streaming or giving information, we're not hauling air cargo. It's different. It's a different game, and there's a different, there's a different requirement for what we need to know. If we're below 400 feet, is weather an issue that we have to deal with? That's another thing. So I just, I don't want to get into this because I don't want this channel to be anything about that. We're going to have fun here, guys. We're just going to end it right like that. We're going to have fun here. We're going to talk quads. We're going to learn FPV terminology. We're going to talk about, and we're going to ask, and we're going to share questions about motor decisions. We're going to talk about maybe projects that we get involved in, because I'm still not putting it beneath, the possibility of this winter of me actually building something, even a small, like 3-inch I might build, 3-inch or 5-inch. I might even throw 5 inches are easy to you remember, that's what she said, right? But a 5-inch.
She wanted 7-inch.
I know. And I only brought a 6-inch to the table. Oh man, let's see. Hold on, if I can find.
That's not what she said.
Let me see if I can find my Gep RC croc here. 6-inch, so you can see kind of. Most of you guys have seen these things. And some of the things that I liked about it, let's see, that's the 7. See, the 6 and the 7, the gosh, the prices are, yeah, analog. It's a, God, you get such a massive, the Crocodile 7 is just literally, it is a plate that you can stick a battery on. It's amazing. I've seen some really cool footage of it too. Yeah, let's see, Gep RC. That's the Croc. We want to look at the, we don't want to go to Gep RC. We want to go to the, that's the Croc. We want to go to the Crocodile. What the hell do I buy? A Flywoo? I'm a Flywoo. I heard some bad crap about Flywoo just recently. Mr. Croc, yeah. But I just let it roll. I'm not here's the one that I'm looking at right here. Whoa, that's way expensive. Did I pay that much? God, I hope not. Hopefully the picture comes up here. I'm just going to throw that up just real quick here. All righty. That's kind of nice. I like how we can switch out there. But right here, you've got the Mr. Croc. And of course, the one thing that is a Achilles, there's 2 Achilles heels to this thing. Let's click on that right here. One is the location. And you brought this up, Kai, a long time ago. That's why the other versions, the 5-inch quad versions, the HD that Ben bought, is got the air unit in the back, where it's moved to the back. The other thing is the location of, because the air unit's in the front, look at the antennas. They're coming out the side like this. So we'll see. We'll find out. It'd be interesting to see how much what I'll be able to do.
I just need to make up my mind whether or not I'm going to the 7-inch or am I going to go to that big ass wing.
Yeah, a wing's a whole different story. When you go into wings, you're talking, different repair issues. You're talking about different cameras and things like that.
Yeah, well, the one I'm looking at has a span 6 foot 6 inches.
I did see, Kai. I did see. Yeah, we'll knock this thing down maybe at 5:45. But what I did see the race. Now I know why you're talking about the smaller version of the wing. It's actually a race wing. They race them.
Yep.
So now I understand about going to the 1.2 meter wing. That's a race wing, and they fly the crap out of those things. I looked it up, and I was on a RC channel. Bob Casey, how you doing? Says howdy. It says eat more possum. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. But I'm glad you guys are all chatting, because really that makes this channel that much better. And you can tell that's why I'm Dad Random, because I keep changing subjects. But getting back to the wings, it's just a different bird. It's a
wait, hold on, hold everything. I'm just seeing PD Tick's post here. He works for the American government, also undercover in the UK, top secret. I shouldn't even be discussing. See, that's the thing with the top secret guys. They're so secret, they don't even know what
they don't even know they're top secret. Hey, don't give this out. Don't give this information out to anybody. Let me tell you something. It's instant happy. You eat 3 of those pickles, or 2 of those pickles, and you immediately your throat doesn't itch anymore. It makes the Warsteiner go down a little bit better.
I'm going to have to talk to your wife. She's going to have to cut you off the pickle.
Oh, shh. That's what PD says. Be quiet. PD, we'd have to bring you in sometime. Huh? If you want to pop in, Ben, you want to, Ivan for sure. Remember, Ivan, let's see. Ivan, remember, is from Sofia, Bulgaria. So we're happy that he pops in every time, and he hangs out with us. We love Eastern Europe. I love Eastern Europe. I definitely learned to appreciate it. And I definitely learned to appreciate Poland when I was there. Some really, really kind people, people that were very much interested in what obviously they wanted my money, but it wasn't like that. The relationships were very helpful, very kind. I wished I could reciprocate my love for that place, because there, Eastern Europe, East Germany, places like Poland were literally devastated, and they've only been free for 30 years. So if you, I'm not getting into politics and American politics, but you get into European politics and you think about your neighbors and you think about what you've been through, and especially the Soviet occupation of those areas, they were literally just running to the ground. And Kai,
I've seen it. I've seen it. I mean,
yeah,
I drove through East Germany right after the wall came down, and I'm telling you, the streets had potholes big enough to park a car in.
Yeah,
I mean, there were still craters, bomb craters in the roadways.
That's ridiculous. I mean, it makes no sense. But and all Eastern Germany had to, well, all they had to do, the Russians had to do is just leave it alone. But I understand. I totally understand the Russian point of view. We didn't lose 70 million people, to a despotic dictator that Stalin was. So it was tough. I mean, you can't. Moses, I know we're getting a little bit deep here, but Moses is from Jamaica, man. Yes, thank you very much. Ivan was saying yes. I wanted your money. Yes, and Bulgaria was literally an occupied zone as well. Bulgaria was part of the Soviet satellite blocks, right? It was part of the Warsaw Pact.
Yeah.
It says, yes, the Russians freed us from 500 years of Ottoman rule. Yeah, you're right next to the Ottomans. It's just like, anyway, it's a long, fun history to discuss. It's a really kind of an interesting relationship that European countries have with each other. And quite honestly, they went through the unification and now they're kind of going towards the, okay, who wants to still stay in the club kind of thing. So, but hey, the euro is still worth more than $1. That's all I got to say. All righty.
Well, let's not get it, shall we?
All right, hey guys, it's been awesome. But that's my next love right here. This is the Mr. Croc 6S 6-inch that's coming. And I'm excited to try different battery setups. So I'm going to try all kinds of things. I did not buy a lithium ion battery for it yet. I'm going to learn to fly it on 6S lipos, and then right away, probably within a couple of weeks, I'm going to go look for a good battery pack, because they can vary in cost, and you can get them from a lot of different places. And I would like to find one here in the good old USA so I can get it fast. But it was fun, wasn't it, Kai? It was a good time. I really.
Yep. Was
all right, man. But you can say your goodbyes, and I'm going to take off.
Thanks all for showing up for their comments. I want to see Ben's FRC in action. Definitely.
Yeah, post your video and we'll play it. We'll put it up here and we'll talk about it. That's another thing is I would like to, one of the things I wanted to do that I didn't do today was to show you the difference between the 850 and the 750's flight characteristics. You do the same trick twice. I'm not very good at tricks. One, it'll more likely they'll crash, but you can see a difference.
You crash in two different flavors.
Well, one would be an almost crash, and the other one would be a glorious crash. But
that's why you really need to get a bona fide cine where you have with the extra frame around it,
big bumpers, larger prop. The five.
I tell you, when I went through that barn that first time around, and I hit that pole, you could hear that thing ringing half a mile away. I mean, it was boing. Yeah.
It says, would Ben say, so I can't fly until he's available? Let's see. It says I have to have my son be the videographer. You can just the video.
No, you can fly. Go ahead and practice. We all know you need to practice. And then when your son comes around, you're really good and make us look like crap.
dog meat. I've been saying it's already Saturday in Bulgaria. Yeah, it's already Saturday night in Bulgaria. It's probably Saturday morning.
Well, here's a totally useless piece of information. But the gal that cut my hair yesterday, she's from Bulgaria.
Well, there you go. It's a small world, isn't it?
And for some reason, Ivan actually came to mind at that point when she said, yeah, she's from Bulgaria. Her son was a big soccer player.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, that makes sense. Hey, when I was talking to the Polish folks that I talked to, they were big into soccer as well. They call it football, and they always throw me for a loop. I'm like, I'm a football player. You know what I'm saying? I played back in the day, but they're talking about, football.
We have a birthday in the house.
Well, whose birthday?
PD.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, God, Lord. Don't do that to them.
All right. I have to say that in school, Kids actually demand you say happy birthday to them. They demand it. They like it. They love it. You just learn to sing it, It's like, all right, I'll sing it. Everybody help me out because, it's like today. Go ahead.
So is what that where the parents bring in the muffins and all that?
No, they don't do crap. At high school, they don't. No muffins, no nothing. Kids do appreciate you though. They every once in a while you'll get a card. Like I have a card sitting in my drawer. I haven't even opened yet. I usually wait until I have a down day and then I open the card and it makes me feel better. Because kids usually they're more resilient than you think to bad crap going on. And adults are actually are sometimes less resilient than you think to bad crap. And it just feels good sometimes to read those comments, those notes that kids give you. It's really kind of cool. So 54,
well,
Love House.
54, you don't remember your last birthday anyhow. I mean, come on.
All right. But happy birthday, PD. We love, like I said, I love that freaking Ike. I just love the creativity. We have to get one. We have to get one from Lone Star here. Now he wants one that's serious because he wants this thing to like turn into, to business dollars. Right. So his can't be whimsical. We could get a bird in it somehow. You don't have to have a bird. I'm just kidding. It'd be cool to have like everybody that follows my channel. Everybody has a bird icon of some kind, like hawk and freaking, freaking.
Well, it'll have a bird in the way, but I mean, not the bird you're thinking of.
No inappropriate birds. All right, guys. Hey, like I said, this was kind of good. It was a good experiment. I'm going to look at the playback. I know I can get audio into the stream. Let me just try before we close it down. Let me just do one thing. I just want to. Oh, I'm just going
to do one thing, and poof, there goes the magic smoke.
I don't know if I can. Epidemic. I don't think I can. See, I can't. I could. I'd have to run my audio through a mixer board. That's how it would have to be done. I don't have a mixer board. I have to do either an online mixer or I'd have to do it with an extra. I know I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it today, but I know how I'm going to get my audio stream one step better.
We're going to get special effects too.
No. Nope. No. I'm not going to do that. I've already been on channels with special effects done way too often. Now, this is not about, we're going to have fun, but we're not going to do fart sounds and funky like transparent
chicken.
We're not going to do that. All right. That's not my way of rolling. I can take care of life and subjects without fancy dancing. I do it every day. It's part of the job that I do. And I cannot run out of things to say for dang sure.
No, here Bob Casey has the right idea. The random great guest.
All right. And thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. And a live stream needs to be interactive. We need to basically listen to what you say. And somebody brought it up the other day. They said a live stream with too many participants becomes impossible to answer. Yeah, you can't answer questions. And you hope to get to that point, but I really don't. I like to talk with my video work. And I do like to do the live streams because they're just fun. They're just fun to do. And I get to chat. It's really nice. When I brought in Kai, said, hey, I'd like to come on. And I'm like, you'd be in, and he suggested, I'm like, yeah, you need somebody to be the fung and the shui, because I miss the technical talk. I have a technical mind, but I can't always express it. You need somebody to be able to grind the gears. And that's what's good about having Kai in. So, All right. Plus, he's got humor. We're going to pull out this sense of humor. And definitely, this will not be anything like a drone U. I could see us podcasting.
Do you know how many Germans it takes to screw in a light bulb?
No, I don't know how many Germans it takes to screw in a light bulb. How many does it, Kai?
Just one. We don't have a freaking sense of humor.
Just one. It takes one.
We're efficient. We don't have a sense of humor.
We get on the freaking ladder, we pull it out of the box, and we screw the damn thing in there. That's what we do in Germany.
Yeah. Done and done.
That's called dry humor, guys. That's what that's all about. All right, guys. Bob, thank you very much. PD, Eat More Possum, Brent Newman. I'm getting names. Ivan is popping in every time. We have going way back. We've got let's go back into our chat stream here. We got PD in the house. We had PD in here. Eat More Possum. I already got him. Ben Thornton in the house. Who did I miss way back in the day? We got Drone Worship. He always pops in at the beginning. He likes to pop in. He's like, celebrity. He likes to get in and then he likes to get out.
Wait here.
He's
Ben,
what we missing?
Engineers don't fix problems. Engineers create problems.
That's right. And then they make the math more difficult than it needs to be. Now it says and try to solder my micro USB port back into my flight control board. Yeah, Eat More Possum blew a motor. But I see this can go on forever. It's almost 6:00. That's awesome though. Did you ever, I got to ask this question. Did you get the motor? Did you get the replacement motor? I think he texted me and he said he did. I can't, did he get the, he on his, this is on his Gep RC. Drone Worship Celebrity. Easy, come on, Ivan. We don't want to open up any bad doors here.
Where'd Drone Worship go?
He pops in. He likes to listen. He gets busy. He doesn't want. He's an active participant. He likes to get like really busy and active. He likes to jump around channels too, so that's okay. I just appreciate him coming. He's been around a long time. He rubs a lot of people wrong.
It's good. It's good to see him back out and about. And
I'm not like other channels. I'm not going to go and make freaking, vendettas, and I'm done with that. I'm not going to go and feed the flames of discontent because I totally love what I do. And I don't want the hassle. Sometimes it's fun to poke the bear, but I'm having too much fun right now. And what I've learned is anytime I'm not having fun and I start going in that direction, I'm not doing my thing. I'm doing something else. And what my thing is getting better. I'm enjoying it more. And I'm going to keep in the hobby as long as we keep moving forward. And with GPS, I wasn't moving forward anymore, guys. It's there. I'm going to embrace it when it shows up in a better form. But right now I am having the time of my life doing what I'm doing now. And I'm not changing it. So I'm still going to do a camera here and there. And I had somebody want to send me a light. I don't know if I'll do that, but it's kind of a cool light. It's, Kai, I don't know. You want a light I could give it away, I guess. It's a light that it's battery powered and it has like two different, it's spotlight and floodlight. It's kind of cool. I don't know. But
to go where? Camera light or
I think it's a small like spotlight. It has a stand that pops out. It's a yellow and black one. It looks like a construction light, but it's multi-purpose. You can basically, it has two lenses, one that's focused, a focused lens, and one that's filtered. So I don't know what I'm going to do. You get those a lot, and a lot of people get those. You get those, those requests to look at products. Not as many because I haven't been given too much love back to a lot of people that are doing those things because I'm not interested in doing like a vibrator or something like that. Oh, that would be kind of fun. It's a massager and makes my neck feel really good.
All righty.
Should we end it? Is that we're gonna end it?
It's time for us to wrap up here before we go on even further down this rabbit hole.
And we can't be talking about vibration. All right, okay, it's all right. Let's see here. There's my music. Here's my music site. Hold on. I just want to get one. I want to see if what the sound does. This is the trending sounds here. This is stuff I use. Detergent. What's up with that? Let's see if that. Can we hear that? Can you hear that?
I cannot hear anything.
You can't hear that? All right. Okay. All right. I wonder if my stream hears that. Did anybody hear that? Really super loud, obnoxious music. Hey, Dad, I shot a drone video of a house fire. Put it on. All right. I got 3.2. Can we, a Trapper, can you bring a, I want to, is that the one? Is that the, is that the one in the winter? Everyone dies famous in a small town. Trapper, I will put it on. Just remind me next time. We're way over stream, and my dinner time is 6. So, and I'm German and I'm on a schedule. We've got, except for the fact that my Irish comes out when I'm not organized at the beginning, like the crappy beginning of once again, but it was it was a happy ending. So, and we know about happy endings and how great they are. So
here we go again. Back
all
on
right,
the vibrator.
All right, back. We're out of here. Guys, later. Have a great weekend. Love
Have
y'all.
a good weekend, y'all.
Yep. Right. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.